All right, let's talk about AI. It's getting smarter and more powerful every single day. And that brings up a really, really important question. How do we make sure we can actually trust it? Let's dive in. I mean, we've all seen the incredible things AI can do, right? From creating amazing art to navigating busy streets. But what about the flip side? What happens when a hiring algorithm is quietly biased against certain people, or an autonomous system makes a critical mistake? The stakes are unbelievably high. So, you see, the real challenge isn't just about making AI faster or more powerful. The real goal is to build it responsibly. And to do that, we need some ground rules, a clear framework that can guide its development and make sure it works for, well, all of us. And that's exactly what we're going to explore. We're going to break down 8 key principles that are basically a blueprint for creating AI systems that are trustworthy, ethical, and reliable. Think of this as the foundation for a future with AI that we can all feel good about. So, we're going to start with the first big idea, building it right. These are the absolute must-haves, the foundational rules that have to be locked in before an AI system even sees the light of day. First up, and this is a big one, AI doesn't get a free pass on the law. Nope, it has to work within every existing legal framework. We're talking data privacy laws like GDPR, anti-discrimination rules, basic human rights, you name it. This isn't just a nice to have, it's the absolute bare minimum. You see this in action all the time, right? Think about any app or website that handles your personal info. A responsible AI system will be upfront, ask for your consent, and make sure your data is properly anonymized, exactly like regulations such as GDPR require. Okay, next principle. The system has to be fair and inclusive. But here's the thing, you don't achieve that by accident. It takes real effort, like building diverse development teams and training the AI on data that actually represents the whole world, so you can actively fight back against bias. For instance, think about a loan system. A bad one might only understand a traditional 9-to-5 job, but a fair AI would be designed from the ground up to understand people with non-traditional incomes, like freelancers, making sure everyone gets a fair shot. And the third foundational rule is that AI has to be technically robust and secure. Now, that's really two sides of the same coin. Robust means it works like it's supposed to, even if you throw it a curveball. And secure means it's built to withstand malicious attacks. And making sure of that isn't a one-time check. It's a constant process. It means you design it with fail-safes from the start, kind of like having a critical backup system in a self-driving car. It means you actively try to break it with testing, and it means you're always managing risk for its entire life. Okay, so we've built it right, but how do we actually trust it? This second set of principles is all about that, making these super complex systems understandable and accountable to us humans. I absolutely love this analogy because it makes things so clear. Transparency is like the dashboard in your car. It tells you what's going on. You're going 60 miles per hour. But explainability? That's the mechanic who can pop the hood and tell you why the engine is making that weird noise. You really need both. And you've definitely seen transparency in action. You know, when a shopping site or a streaming service says, because you bought this, you might like that, it's showing you what piece of information it used to make that recommendation. But explainability, well, that goes way deeper, and it's so important in high-stakes situations. Imagine a doctor using an AI to help with a diagnosis. They need to know why the AI is suggesting something, which specific lab results or patient symptoms led to that conclusion. That's explainability, and it's crucial. Which, of course, leads directly to accountability. Because if we can see what the AI is doing and why it's doing it, then we can ask the next logical question: who's responsible here? Accountability just means there are clear lines of human oversight, and that at the end of the day, a person is answerable for what the system does. So what does that actually look like in the real world? An accountable AI tool for credit scores would keep detailed logs of everything. It would track exactly how every score was calculated so that a human being could come in, review it, and make sure it's staying fair over time. So we've built it right, and we've built it to be trustworthy. This final pillar is all about looking ahead, about defining the ultimate purpose of AI, and thinking about its impact on all of us and on our planet. This next principle is so simple, but so important. AI should be a tool built for people. It should be there to enhance our abilities, to support our choices, not to take them away from us. It should work with us, not instead of us. A perfect example of this is in the classroom. A human-centric AI platform wouldn't try to get rid of the teacher, no way. Instead, it would act like the world's best teaching assistant, creating personalized lesson plans for every single student, which frees up the teacher to do what they do best: teach and inspire. Now, here's one we probably don't talk about enough: the environmental cost of AI. Training these massive models takes a ton of energy and resources. A responsible approach means we have to think about that ecological footprint right from the very beginning. But here's the cool part. AI can also be part of the solution. You can actually use machine learning to make software itself more efficient. It can hunt down bloated, redundant code, making the program lighter and less energy-hungry to run. It's a pretty amazing feedback loop. So let's just quickly pull it all together. We've got our 3 pillars. First, you have to build the system on a solid foundation. That's building it right. Second, you have to make it transparent and accountable. That's building trust. And finally, you have to make sure it's aimed at a better world for everyone. That's building a better future. And maybe the single most important thing to remember is this. This isn't a checklist you just check off and then you're done. Responsible AI is an ongoing process. It's a continuous commitment to improving, to auditing, and to adapting as the technology and our world changes. At the end of the day, AI is one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created, and you can think of these 8 principles as its user manual. They give us a guide for how to use this incredible tool safely and for the good of everyone. The only question left is, what are we going to build with it?